So, what's up? I am here to do my review of I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. This is one of the movies that I got to watch last week. And my honest opinion, I thought it was decent. There was stuff to improve, but I want to talk about what I liked and what I disliked. So let's go check out the movie review. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm not gonna spoil the ending because I think the twist at the end is pretty awesome. That's why I'm actually making this movie review. So listen to what I say. Ooh. Okay, so intro to the character. I thought this cast was pretty boring, to be honest. Yeah, they're pretty lame. Like, you're introduced to a lot of these characters. By the end of this movie, you won't even remember half of them. I had to actually look up Wikipedia in order to like know like the character's name. But basically, the movie starts off with the girl on the left there. She's introduced to all this drama stuff that no one really gives a about, pardon my English. But yeah, and you're slowly introduced to the cast. Obviously, she's the lead and where they're standing. So you know who the main characters and who are the minor characters. The story is not that entertaining. They try to give you like some backstory about, oh yeah, these people matter, but at the end of the day, this is a thriller. You're hoping that everybody dies at the end. Hopefully, some action will happen. Let's move on to the next scene. So, like the previous movies, if you watched the previous one, I watched the previous one. I didn't remember it that much when coming into this one, but basically the whole scenario is that these normally four teens, go out, drinking or having party, and all of a sudden they go to this place where like it's supposed to be like a dangerous territory, or they call like something Reaper's Hill or something like that. And a horrible accident happens, and everybody is traumatized that they murdered somebody, but nobody wants to admit that they're at fault. And basically, that's how the story is. So this person dies, and nobody reports the incident. And then, like a few years later, a hook guy comes after them. So both of these movies works in the same way. You don't really have to watch the first one to understand what's happening in here. I'll explain more of that later. But moving forward, 1 year later, what I thought this movie did very bad was like literally 1 year later, a lot of these characters just did like a 360. It's basically like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just so you know that like it's 1 year later, and everybody's different. I was like, dude, like, yeah, sure, I know it was like a big situation that impacted them, but like, do they really have to go 360 to basically tell us that it's 1 year later? Like that girl, we're introduced to the girl in the green there. Uh, she's like she goes 160. So like in the beginning, before the 1 year, she's like very cute, and all of a sudden, like a year later, she's like the first thing she gets is like making out with a chick in the bathroom. I was like, okay, well, that's 360. And then like this Teddy guy, he's like the guy on the right here. He's basically like a jockey, and then 1 year later, he becomes like a booze head. Like it's very like weird. Like they're trying to make these characters interesting. It's like, oh yeah, these characters change, but we don't really care. Like in my opinion, I didn't really care. I'm just waiting for the hook guy to come out and kill every single one of them. That's my theory, right? But moving on. And the Hook man, he's a badass. In this movie, like the first scene that he makes, that's the only reason I like this movie, and the reason I'm actually making this movie review. This guy's cool, man. He's so awesome. He has like all these gadgets. He's like basically Batman, but like killer Batman. But what's sad is that he has all these cool stuff, but like he doesn't go after the main people that uh, that killed so and so. His I don't know who's related like to the. I don't want to spoil it, but like he doesn't go after the main people. He goes after like their family and relatives to kind of prove some point. Maybe it makes a little bit more sense, like if you actually watch like the ending. But like at this point, it doesn't make sense. You're like, why is he going after they're like friends and family. It doesn't make any sense. Like he could have easily found them. Like he literally found like the first few people like later on in the scene. So I don't know why they just took the so long to kind of kill the lead. But overall, this guy is like pretty cool. Like the way that his character is built, and like it looks like he has like a new vigilante kind of look. So I really like this one compared to the previous one. You know, this one actually has like a nice build structure to it. Yeah. So as I mentioned, killing off the minor character, it's so weird because he knows the people that like killed that person already. Uh, but he goes after their family friends. Like she guesses, like there's a scene where she gets the letter and she's like, oh, she's opening up the letter and she finds out like I know what you did last summer, and like she's looking at her friends and you're like, well, he knows who you are. You know, he can kill you like literally like after the scene. He kills her fiance, but not her. She's literally upstairs, but she's like, I don't know, like, what that guy's like thinking. Like, just kill both of them. They're in the same room, and she didn't even have like the earplugs on. Like, dude, like, what are you waiting for? Like, maybe this girl has plot armor, and that's like very like with these teen dramas. I don't watch much of these, but like these characters have plot armor. You know, like the lead have plot armor, and I'm thinking that maybe the people like they want like a another movie installment. I don't know if they're gonna make one, but like it felt really plot armory. It would have been much more like ambitious if they actually went out and killed like the final girl type. Yeah. Do you really have to know the past movie? Not really. This movie throws you into the barrel. They're like, listen, man, you don't really have to understand what happened in the last few movies. If you did, great. If you don't, really, who cares? You know, to be honest, most of the first half happens exactly the same as those previous movies if you watch it or if you didn't. So I like how they didn't try to like backlog you with too much movies from the past one. They do make a lot of reference to these characters. These call legacy characters. So that's very interesting. Slowly slowly burning off, killing the main. So it took really long time for them to actually kill like one of the main characters or one of the one that you were introduced to, like the four or the five or ish that caused the accident. It took them a very long time to kill them. Like maybe even like halfway through the movie, you're like, oh yeah, finally they killed. Vengeance is justice. They got justice for that guy that got off the road. They finally killed one of them. I'm not gonna tell you who, but you have to watch the movie to find it. This is not a spoiler review. Yeah, so it took a really long time to pick up the pace. You're like, oh, they finally kill, one of the four person, and are they gonna kill the rest? And you're like, oh, no, they're not. They're just like wiggling our feet. They're like, oh, could it happen? Could it not? And then by the end of the movie, you're like, whatever. Yeah, so legacy characters, they pay a lot of homage to the legacy characters. As you can see, like Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt, and even Michelle Gellar, they make, obviously you, like the last one, it's kind of spoily, but like, she's just in this dream sequence, so nobody cares. But too bad they didn't pay homage to the last guy here. So that's kind of spoiler, but I'm not gonna spoil like the really ending of like who the killer is. But overall, I thought the movie was pretty decent. I thought there's things that they could have done better, but this is just maybe the tip of the iceberg, and it just felt like your typical thriller, not like anything ambitious. It's like, oh yeah, so and so happened. The plot twist was pretty good, but like overall, the first half of the movie is pretty typical. You knew like the final girl is gonna live to the end, and then all her families and relatives gonna get killed off just so you can get like a bloody sequence of how badass the Hook guy is. He's pretty badass though. Like there was a lot of jump scares that I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, so let me know what is your final verdict. Post some comments down below. Let's have a chat. If you like the movie, if you don't, if you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know. And hopefully they make some good movie out of this, because to be honest, I really like this Hook guy better than the Scream guy, because that Scream guy, like, I stopped watching after like the first two, and I don't know what the hell's happening. So this franchise is a little bit more dense. It only had like a few movies out, and hopefully, hopefully this Hook guy could return with some badass Batman gadget in the next future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next movie review.